that actually the way to achieve prosperity is to have those key things that make a prosperous state. The rights of property, the rule of law, freedom of speech, and democracy. All of these are essential components of success. If you take a single one of them away, you find that the others are not protected. So free speech protects democracy. Democracy protects the rights of property. The rights of property are part of the rule of law. The four always come together.
We fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to A Radio. And this is the Morning Moment. We're on weekdays, 11:45 Eastern. Follow us on Spreaker.com and click on the like button. I don't often delve directly into the headlines, but this is one of those occasions. The constant attacks on the President of the United States is nothing short of ridiculous. Listening to Rush yesterday, and he was getting really upset. He says what a lot of us feel. And not to toot my own horn too much, exactly what I've been saying for some considerable time. The attacks on the president are part of an organised coup attempt, an attempt to overthrow the legitimate government of the United States. Nothing more and nothing less. Thankfully, it appears that most Americans seem to be aware that something is not right. To state the obvious, but I will anyway, from day one, the attacks on not just this president, but anyone, and I mean anyone who was connected either directly or indirectly, have been non-stop. There has been a systematic purge of social media by anyone that holds a contrary view to the so-called mainstream media. The constant drumbeat attack has been relentless. Rush Limbaugh said recently, and I'm paraphrasing him, ask yourself this: could you have withstood the daily and hourly attack on you and your character and your business ethics? Answer, no. You would have folded, and no one would have blamed you for it. The president doesn't need it, and quite frankly doesn't have to take it. He does it because he loves America. And you know, Rush is correct. No surprise there. I have done 2 pieces recently on this attack. One March 22nd and another April 29 of this year alone. Both on what I call Project Blue, or what they call the Share Blue Plan. But for some reason, no one seems to get that message. Now, I want to point out that I am a very small pinprick. Not even that. I'm a pinprick of a pinprick. But I honestly believe that this systematic attack on social media by the Democrats in America and liberals elsewhere in the world is having an effect. An effect, by the way, that they want. They want to distort the facts. A simple example is the way Twitter now operates. Nothing like it did 2 years ago. It's far more along the line of a long-winded system, and if you want to monitor things, that is, things that you've put up, you'll find it's clearly been rejigged to be of a more corporate-friendly device, and less, shall we say, citizen-friendly. You almost could say the voice of the individual has been drowned out. Now, why would that be? I couldn't possibly guess. Could you? The next platform I want to talk about is YouTube. As of January this year, January 2019, they have stopped automatically posting to social media platforms. Now, I ask you, if you own a social media platform, wouldn't you want your social media platform to be the media of choice people would use? Well, yes, I would think the answer would be yes, but not if you want to stop the ordinary citizen from posting their thoughts to like-minded individuals. The same applies to Facebook, blocking all sorts of apps and sharing that they once thought was essential for the growth of their platform. So what effect does all this have? Well, it's simple. By reducing your chance of putting your view, that is the view that's the opposite to theirs, they believe they can control your voice and your viewpoint. I go back to my original point. 2 years ago now, maybe longer. Control the media, control the message. It's a simple punchline, but it's true. A dangerous situation, particularly if you live in the United States, where you're supposed to have free speech. However, it's not surprising to those of us who don't live in the United States, but did think that they did have free speech, only to find that that only applies to certain groups in their society. Oh, wait, doesn't that sound like what they're doing in the United States? No, that couldn't be happening there, could it? Because they have free speech, don't they? I will leave you with just one quote from the Project Blue, which you'll be able to find shortly on aradio.wordpress.com under the tab Project Blue. Here's part of the piece. Here they brag about implementing pre-warning technologies to prevent the spread of, quote, right-wing information. And now, in 2018, they proudly declare their success to create the necessary algorithms to shut down conservative profiles and sites. In late February 2018, there were 2 big purges on Twitter which led to the shutting down of conservative accounts claiming to be identified as Russian bots. What really happened was they suspended important conservative accounts and dropped down their followers. When the account was active again, thousands of followers were lost. It was a big celebration all over the left media, labelling us as Russian bots. And the people who still follow these fake news channels don't really know what really happened, and the followers are gone as a result of a shutdown. Hate content is simply what they don't want to be spread, and dangerous and controversial means when they don't agree with you criticising their politicians as well as their policies. They are now creating, quote, thought crime, which means preventing people from feeling in some way. At the same time, liberals are authorised to feel offended, unquote, by anything we do. Therefore, their aggressive actions, which are an extension of their, quote, feelings, are also justified. So how does it work? And when some people are entitled to feel in the way they want, and others should be prevented to, quote, feel in their way. Media Matters is fully Alinskyite. You can find more of that Project Blue article on my website and links to where the full article comes from. But I urge you all to read it and see what's going on, not just in the social media, but in the mainstream media. They are attempting, not just in the United States, in Canada and even the UK, where they've passed laws which control social media now. And Trudeau is just about to put in, quote, regulations to do the same thing, because they don't want your views being heard. They don't want your views being understood. They don't want your views being explained, because your views are the right views, and they know it. You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab, and email. We are also on Spotify. Just go to the podcast section and type Canadian Politics with a twist, and you'll find us. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all our morning moments at Spreaker.com under A Radio. That's EHRADIO, A Radio. And please click on the like button. And you can now hear a weekend review of our podcasts on WHBJ DB, News Talk Radio. Join us and many others. And you can find all our podcasts and morning moments at aradio.wordpress.com. Click on the Morning Moments tab.